frustrated. I'm so angry. They annoy me so much. I'm so stressed. Do you have a reputation for being a person who's in control or out of control? Do you have a hot temper, or do you remain cool, calm and collected under pressure? And when you are under pressure, what do you do? And I'm very privileged. I am married to a world-class and world champion martial artist. K-Man is multiple times world champion currently. And I watch very carefully when he competes, and I not just watch him, but I watch all the other competitors. And it's really interesting that when somebody gets under your skin and logic is lost and emotion takes over, that we seem not to think clearly. So if somebody can get under your skin, provoke you, make you angry, annoy you, we no longer are thinking clearly, because they are all emotions. When you're thinking logically, when you are cool, calm and collected under pressure, you can make better decisions, you can fight better, you can study more effectively, you can communicate more effectively with people, you are less likely to annoy people, and are you more likely to be successful? The top CEOs in the world, the highest paid people in the world, the people that have the most pressure jobs are the ones that get paid the most money, because they can remain cool, calm and collected under pressure. So the other thing I love talking about is diamonds, because I love them, but for not the reason that most people think. Yes, they're a beautiful gem, but they were created under pressure. They're the most beautiful, the most expensive, the strongest gem, a stone, rock in the world, but the reason they're so strong is because they were created under pressure. So when you are under pressure, do you use that as a way to get stronger, tougher, better, wiser, or do you crack under pressure like most people do and lose your cool? So and this is a great reputation to have, she is unstoppable, she is unprovocable. You can't get under her skin, you can't annoy her. Now, if you have that reputation, people will try to get under your skin, they will try to break you, crack you. And then the people in the world who are the best at remaining uncracked under pressure are the ones that enjoy that. So that's one of the reasons why martial artists fight, because they love the opportunity to prove that you can't crack them under pressure. And obviously some people do crack under pressure. But that's what great fighters do. And I'll use any sport, but fighting's a classic, because when you go onto a mat or into a ring, there's two people and one wins and one loses usually. It's very rare to have a draw. One person always ends up better than the other one. But the thing to take note of is there's no doubt that when K-Man goes to fight, he's fully prepared. And one would expect that his opponents are fully prepared. They know how to fight, they know how to punch, they know how to kick, they know how to attack, they know how to defend. So who wins? Is it the person who is less likely to crack under pressure, the person who's got the stronger brain? I use marathon running because I've done that many, many times. Are we all capable of moving our body over 42.2 kilometres? Of course we are. As human beings, you can walk 42 kilometres. You could do it every day if you needed to. You could even run it if you needed to. But the people that can finish a marathon are the ones that stay cool, calm and collected under pressure, and they refuse to give up. It's just a mindset. It's not a physical thing anymore. Everybody can do it. It's just whether or not you let your mind take over. So if you let your mind tell you you can't do it, you're not good enough, you're tired, everybody's running faster than you, then you'll probably stop. And I've seen many people stop marathons at even 40 kilometres. They've come 40 kilometres, they've got 2 to go and they stop. It seems that in sport that's a fairly common thing. Everybody's fully prepared to play their sport. If you're playing sport at a top level, whether it's an individual sport or a team sport, you wouldn't be there if you weren't really good at the skill of playing the sport or doing that physical activity. But is it the mental toughness, the mental strength, the ability to not give up under pressure that makes champions? So what are you doing every day to put yourself under pressure? And when people attack you, is it possible they're attacking you to see how much pressure you can handle? Or is it just life attacking you? So it might be the weather, something crazy the government's doing, people we have no control over. And if you let them get under your skin, if you become provoked, if people can, dig that knife in and make you angry and get you frustrated and you lose your cool, and we've all watched people lose their cool, haven't we? And it's embarrassing, particularly in a leadership role. So as I always share, if you're a parent, a teacher, a coach, a boss, if you're in a leadership role and you lose your cool, is it possible that you will lose the respect of the people in your circle. The people that are supposed to be looking up to you will think, well, that's just the person that loses their cool. They can't handle the pressure. So, as I always share at Romax, it's not about pointing out a challenge. We all are capable of losing our cool. We're all capable of being cracked under pressure. We're all capable of people getting under our skin. But here's the great thing. What do you do? Is it possible to get stronger and tougher so that they can't? And of course, the answer is yes. So I ask myself this question every day, and perhaps it will be helpful to you. Put yourself under pressure every day. I box the bag not for a period of time, not a time frame. I punch as hard as I possibly can until I've got nothing left. Now, the beautiful thing is when you punch at 100% effort, the physiology of the human body is you can't go past 10 seconds because after 10 seconds, the lactic acid starts tapping in, you can feel it, and that's when you have to start slowing down. So you don't have to put yourself under pressure for very long, but if you put yourself under 100% pressure on a regular basis, are you more likely to be able to handle external pressure when it attacks you? So I punch the bag, I kick the bag, I sprint on the treadmill, I lift heavy things, I lift rocks and logs, and I keep going until I can't do any more so that I'm under intense pressure. I always have a giggle because people say, oh, gardening is such a light activity. I don't garden like a gardener. I garden like an elite athlete. So if I've got a pick or a rake in my hand, or if I'm lifting something, I keep going till I can't do any more. Then I stop, get my breath back and go again. Because I want to put myself under pressure so that I can handle pressure better. If I can handle pressure by lifting, by sprinting, by getting puffed, whenever I think I can't go anymore, I aim to do another second. If I think that I have to stop now, I always think to myself, what would losers do? What would failures do? What would lazy people do? They're inspiring words for me because I don't want to be lazy or a loser or a failure. So when I think everyone else would stop, that's when I want to keep going. It's one of the reasons why I have always loved running marathons, because most people think they can't do it, and most people when they get tired, they stop. That's my reason to get going. When I'm tired, when I'm under the most pressure, that's when I say to myself, now what do I have to do so that I can keep going so I'm not a loser or a failure? Now, I'm not asking you to live your life like me, but I do live with a lot of people on a planet, and you live on the planet too, that can't handle pressure. And have you ever been involved with people that you just think, harden up, will ya? Like, you're a parent, you're a teacher, you're a coach, you're a boss, you're a leader, and you're as weak as. Let's get stronger. So if you don't put yourself under pressure, you won't get stronger. If you don't lift heavier than what you can lift now, your muscles aren't overloaded, they won't get stronger. If you don't get puffed and push your heart and lungs harder than they're used to, you won't get fitter. If you don't overcome challenges, you won't get stronger mentally. So when you feel like, I can't do this, it's too hard, it could be a test, an exam, some kind of mental stretch of the brain, rather than giving up, I can't do this, find a way. And that's one of those great questions to ask. How can I do this? Because most people, when they're under pressure, they say, I can't do it. But if you say to your own brain, how can I do this? Your own brain will find an answer for you. So if you want to be mentally tough, if you need to be mentally tough because you are in a leadership role, if you want to be the person who people can rely on in a tough situation, if you want to get paid more, and I'll say that again because the CEOs of the world, and people whinge, moan and complain that there's company bosses and owners that earn millions of dollars every year. One of the reasons why a CEO of a big company earns the most money in the company is because they can handle pressure. They don't sook, they don't whinge, they don't moan, they don't complain. They suck it up, and they usually suck up all the challenges of everybody else, and they find a solution. They don't crack under pressure. So if you want your life to be better, rather than trying to avoid pressure, could it be a really good idea to put yourself under pressure so that you can handle it? And as a giggle every day, where I live in the South Island of New Zealand, there's lots of pressure here. The weather is very entertaining. We have 100+ kilometre hour winds, we have snow, we have hot, we have cold. It's a very challenging and precious situation. Just ask the farmers. But the farmers in the South Island of New Zealand around me, they're real tough people. They're tough, strong, wise, mentally tough, physically strong. They just handle the tough times. And I love surrounding myself with people like that. And that's why I live here. And it's a very personal question for you. If you have people in your life who are weak, who can't handle pressure, who fall down when tough times happen, who sook, whinge, moan and complain, if they are the most of the people in your life, be very careful, because you probably end up just like them. It's called circle of influence, and the people that we invest, waste, or spend the most time with is who we end up becoming like. So I want to surround myself with tough, strong, wise, physically and mentally tough people, so that I can learn from them and grow from them and push myself harder because of them. And as I always ask, if you want to run faster, do you go to the walking class? No. If you want to play sport at the top level, do you go and play with the community team? No. You aim to hang out with, invest time with, be surrounded by people who are the best at what they do, because they want to keep getting better and they will push you to get better as well, which is why I don't like the word best, because you can never be best. If you want to handle pressure, you've got to keep getting tougher, stronger, wiser, and better. So you can live your life to the max. Live your life to the max. Doesn't that sound good, rather than live your life to the average? Live your life to the max. Woohoo! Super duper doo. How are you? Living my life to the max. Yeah, yeah.